scatter. It's been a while since I've done a vlog. I'm going to talk a little bit this morning about my life, what's happened, what's changed, where I'm at now, how I got to where I am now. So I'm going to start from a little while ago. So I'm sure you guys noticed now I'm not in the truck that I was when I was in my last video. I'm not with that company anymore. So essentially, sure, those of you who are watching who have watched all my last videos, you know that I have been wanting to get my AZ or my CDL or, you know, my commercial license for quite some time now. Well, that opportunity presented itself about 2 months ago. I had a friend who works at the company that I work at now, but he's in a different division, I guess you could say. It's a big company. They own a bunch of other companies. Well, he's with this company, but he's with another company, if that makes sense, right? I had posted in the trucker group, and I was inquiring how people afforded the course now that it's become mandatory in Ontario to take it. Because right now with COVID and all that, right, I had gone to the bank to get a loan. They declined me because of COVID, because I wouldn't be working while I was taking the course and all that. They weren't, you know, 100% that I could pay it back and all that. Even though I told them I had a guaranteed job, I had a contract signed. So this friend texts me and he goes, hey, our division in Thunder Bay is looking for more highway drivers, and they'd be willing to pay for your course. So I was like, okay, interesting. So I told him, I said, shoot him a text, tell him to call me, give him my number. 30 seconds later, my phone rings. Says, hey, I'm with this company. I'd like to make you an offer to pay for your license. In return, you sign a 2-year contract with us. So I was like, you know what? That's a really good deal. The money was there. Contract didn't really bother me because 2 years really is nothing. It goes by so fast. And like I told him, I said, if you guys treat me good, I'll be good to you guys, and I might even stay longer after my 2 years, right? So anyways, I signed the contract. I went and did my course. I left the other company that I used to work for. It could not have come at a better time because I was getting so tired of it. Like, not to talk bad about the company, but I was getting so tired of the politics there. That's where I went wrong there, is I started getting involved in the company. I got involved with the politics and it just started going downhill from there. So I told myself I'm not doing that again. I'm just a driver now. I don't want to be involved with any hiring or any decision making or any of that. So anyways, I have been with this company now for about a month. It's been really good. I got almost my dream truck. Right now I'm driving a 2007 Western Star SF. My dream truck is an EX 4900. They love 4900, but it's not an EX, which is fine. It doesn't have a flat top. It has a stand-up stratosphere sleeper, which is fine. You know what? Now that I have it, I don't know if I would go back because it's kind of nice to be able to stand up. And it's got, I think it's the 68-inch bunk, which also very nice. Overall, this truck is fantastic. I love it. They just rebuilt the engine, so we've been kind of working out the quirks. And you know what? Honestly, I'm very happy with where I am in life right now. So essentially what they're having me do right now is, well, because I'm freshly licensed, essentially I've had my license for, you know, barely a month. They've been having me do kind of Toronto to Thunder Bay and back. My second week I went out to Winnipeg, and then I went out to Brandon, reloaded in Brandon, then reloaded in Winnipeg, went back to Thunder Bay, and then ended back up in Toronto. So the miles are there, the work is there, and like I said, just keep me rolling. I don't care where you send me, I just want to keep moving. Essentially, I'm at another towing company, which is totally fine with me because I'm driving a frickin' transport. And it's a step in the door for trucking too, right? Like, I know my old job was kind of a step in that direction as well, but at least here I am in a transport and I'm getting, you know, seat time, I'm getting experience, and I'm learning to drive and all that. Now I'm heading back up to Thunder Bay. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing some work around town, is what they were telling me, which is fine. I still live in Sudbury. I used to live in Chelmsford. My girlfriend and I moved in together about 2 months ago. We found a place in town in Sudbury, which is a lot more convenient for her. Me, I did not care about living in Sudbury or Chelmsford or whatever because I have a car. She has access to the car, but she cannot drive standard. She doesn't want to learn how to drive standard. Understandable. Now we're on the hunt for a new car. Traded my Volkswagen. It's been an adjustment for her and I being apart, you know, 5, 6, 7 days at a time, given that we had spent, you know, pretty well every day together for the last 3 months. Like, we've officially moved in together at our new place, but we had already been living together at my old place for like the last month and a half before we actually moved in together. Haven't been together almost every day and every night since. Well, not every day because I was at work, but every night since. We're getting there. It's getting easier for the both of us. The first day for me is always the hardest. Once I'm past the first day, I'm good to go. But yeah, anyways, so we just went through Espanola. I'm going to stop in Sault Ste. Marie and fill up. 3/4 tanks left. We're going to fill up into Sault because the highway's got a lot of hills and mountains and stuff to climb. And this truck is a little bit underpowered, given what I'm pulling. I'm not heavy, but it has a C13 in it and a 13 speed, which is a little bit underpowered, I would like. But yeah, so that's where I'm at in life. That's where what I've been up to the last couple of months. offered to pay for my license and match the offer, and I turned it down. I couldn't do it. There's only so much I can take mentally before I snap, and I was getting to the point where I was snapping on everybody. Like, I wasn't hitting anybody, but I was losing my shit on people for no reason. Like, I was over it. I was done. Maybe it's because I didn't take time off either. Maybe it was part my fault. I knew beforehand that I ran the truck a certain way, and then they brought somebody in and told me I couldn't run that truck the way I was running it anymore, like with the hours I was running, because we were running e-logs, we weren't running paper anymore. I was still running legally, but they had us capped at 13 hours a day, and we had to have 11 hours off. I didn't like that. I like my 14 hours on, my 10 hours off. I like that, and I never really went over 14 hours, even on paper, because we were GPS tracked, and it's so hard to cheat a logbook nowadays. I know it's doable. It's just I don't have the skill or knowledge to do it. I'm running e-log now. I'm running fully legally. I'm pushing 15-hour days. I'm taking my 10 hours off. It's good. But over there, like, they wrote me up for doing 13 and a half hours. I couldn't take it anymore. My sanity was just not there anymore. Like, I was losing it. It wasn't fun for me anymore. Like, I used to look forward to going to work there, and then it just started going downhill and further downhill and even more downhill. Enough was enough. I'm loaded with 2 pickup trucks right now that are going back to Thunder Bay that I loaded up in Innisfil Thursday night. Thursday night, slept in Barrie, and then came back up to Sudbury. Sault Ste. Marie. We stopped, grabbed some fuel, washed our windows, cleaned the mirrors, because I could not see anything out of my windows or mirrors. But now I can, so it's all good. So we have 693 kilometers to go until we get to Thunder Bay. I'm going to be parking at the Husky tonight. some nights I sleep at the yard, but because it's Sunday, the gates will more than likely be locked. But the yard's a little bit more convenient because we have fuel there. So, yeah, anyways, we're making decent timing. We left at 8 and it's just about noon. So that was the first stop we made. I may stop in White River to grab some food, or just make some food because I have some food in the truck. I didn't get the chance to go do my groceries because I was only home for one day, and I usually like to take my Saturday to just relax and then Sunday get everything done, but that didn't happen this weekend, so I'll figure something out when I get to Thunder Bay. Might just drop the trailer and head down to the grocery store and grab a couple of things, but I'll figure it out then. As of right now, I still have some food. I got some dry stuff. I got some cans of chili and a couple of cups of craft dinner. So I am not stuck. Well, like I said, we have about 7 hours. We're getting into the fun part of the highway now with all the hills and the nice views. And the hills this truck does not like to climb, but does it anyways, just not very fast. Been a good day so far, though. The weather's always crappy around here. It's never really sunny in the wintertime. It's sunny until you hit like close to like Echo Bay and stuff like that, and then it becomes cloudy, gloomy, and not fun. And then typically as you get closer to like Wawa, White River, Marathon, the sun starts to peek out a little bit more, but the lake has its own weather system, right? Because like I've mentioned in previous vlogs, Lake Superior, Highway 17 runs along Lake Superior for this portion all the way up to Thunder Bay, and then it branches off when you start going towards Manitoba. But pretty well the whole way that you get to Thunder Bay, you're following Lake Superior, and it has its own weather system. Really, like it's pretty impressive. Very dangerous. Lake Superior is not a force to be reckoned with. It's it'll make storms that will come out of nowhere. And so far this winter I have been pretty lucky to miss most of the big storms. I've been caught in 2 of them where I just kind of pushed through it. I slowed down, I took my time, you know, I adapted to the road conditions like I always do. But you get those people that just don't like to adapt and they just fly right past you on corners and going up hills. And it's not pretty out this way. The scenery is, but the weather isn't. Like, it's so unpredictable. So they weren't calling for any snow today, but we might run into some. I wouldn't be surprised if we did because it's winter. Like I said in one of my last videos, also like back last winter, like I was thinking I was getting away from the lake because I was getting towards Wawa, so I would be getting away from the snow. But I did the complete opposite. I went away from the lake and I got into the snow. So, like I said, it comes out of nowhere. fine. I'll deal with it. I'm talking to a buddy of mine who's about an hour ahead of me. He's heading north too, but he's going to Alberta. He said the roads are not getting any better the further north you go, so this should be fun. They're fine right now. They're just dry, not dry, they're wet. But apparently the further north you go, the more snow covered they become. I know I checked the weather this morning, I checked the radars, it was not supposed to snow. Like I was saying, the lake has its way of making its own weather system. This is it. Welcome to Lake Superior. It'll be like this until freaking June. It's been a really weird winter again this year though, because it is December 4th, 5th, what day is it, 6th, something like that, December. We still don't have any snow at home. This time last year we had about 2 feet already. I'm guessing is gonna happen this year is we're just gonna get freaking dumped on. And it is not gonna be fun. It's part of the job, you just gotta learn to live with it, drive with it, take your time. Don't worry about idiots hugging your bumper there. That's what all the old timers have been telling me anyways. You know, they said you'll go too slow a million times, but you'll only go too fast once. I try to live by that. That's some really good advice.